Welcome back to Roachers. It's stout season, and in honor of it beginning, we're going to review 6 years of fundamental observation. That's right, everybody. We're going to review the 6 bottles you see in front of you. We've got all the way from 2017 to this year's 2023, minus 2022, because we drank it last year. I'm going to try and get that video out so you can get our thoughts on that. But I've been wanting to do this vertical for a while, and I'm very, very excited.
I am too. I love stouts and I love fundamental observation.
It's all Madagascar vanilla beans and bourbon barrels, y'all. The thing that we'll be interested in seeing is fresh. How does it taste? We have this year's bottle. All the way back to 2017, how much vanilla stays with the beer? The different years, how did this brewer do compared to this year's brewer? We've seen that with other things we've reviewed in verticals like this, so we'll see how this one stacks up to itself.
I'm excited.
Me too. We're going to start off with 3 beers for this video, and I'm assuming there's going to be another video for the last 3. So without further ado, let's stop talking about it and get to drinking about it. Alright everybody, we're going to be a little blasphemous with today's vertical. We're actually going to go newest down to oldest, so we're going to start with 2023, 2021, and 2020. My thought process behind this is I want to see how the most fresh one tastes first, and then compare that to basically as the beer ages.
Makes sense.
So I'm going to pour these beers, but as I'm pouring them, let's talk about these labels, Mary. We've got the old labels on the older versions, which I have up spinning right now. And then we have the newer version, which will be spinning up shortly after this. The old version, I kind of like a little bit more. Or do you like the new metallic turquoise version?
I like the new one.
Why?
I don't know, it's just more pleasing to the eye.
I miss the white. I miss the, I don't know, something about it made it look kind of special, kind of, I don't know.
You like the white instead of the turquoise?
Yeah, I miss the alcohometer, as I've said before. I don't know, just their old label. It looked like it had a piece of paper wrapped around it. I kind of liked that.
I think the new version looks something like it's special. Like, yeah, every beer bottle has white lettering on it. Do something special. And Bottle Logic is special because they're the best.
Well, we'll see how good they really are. Fundamental Observation is their flagship stout. I'm pretty excited here. We've got the 2020 at an alcohol percentage of 14.17. We've got the 2021 at 14 even. And this year's at a mere 13.
A mere 13. It's going to be my least favorite.
You think so? I think the freshest batch is going to be your least favorite?
Yeah, it's only 13%. It's just like drinking water.
I hope you're kidding.
Yeah, that's true. I don't drink water.
Because water is for bathing.
Water is for bathing.
Or so you
only.
say.
Once in a while, I'll drink water. Like in the middle of the night. Wake up in the middle of the night. Drink a whole water bottle full of water.
Yep. Well, I got to read the label at least once. Imperial Vanilla Stout. This is an Imperial Stout Asian bourbon barrels with Madagascar vanilla beans. The food pairings are Gorgonzola Picante, grilled pork and peaches, Canelles de Bordeaux. I don't know. Other than pork and peaches, I don't know what any of this stuff ever is. Director's notes are, the scientist is not a person who gives the right answers. He is the one who asks the right questions. Levi Strauss.
I'm a scientist.
2023, this year's Fundamental Observation was special. It's their 9th year of making it. So I'm pretty excited about that. They did the little FO9 symbol on the bottle there. The old director's notes are familiar flavors of cookie dough, brownie batter, and milk chocolate.
What?
Most people said brownie batter, especially with those early batches. I think when they first made it in 2013. That's what most people said.
I didn't.
Well, Mary, let's pick up 2023 and go to the nose.
Smells like vanilla.
Yeah, big time vanilla and bourbon barrel, basically.
It smells like frosted vanilla.
You get it now.
No, I don't.
You get it now.
It smells like the Anaheim Ducks skating rink.
So I don't know what that smells like, but those of you who know, you know.
If you know, you know.
This has a great nose. This has a really beautiful nose. It's like a custardy vanilla smell to it. I'm gonna go ahead and start smelling the 2021.
Oh, okay. Oh, more leathery. But I still smell the vanilla at the end.
Yeah, vanilla's still definitely present. A little bummed I couldn't find a bottle 2022, but that's okay. We're not missing out on too much, I think. And then 2020. Oh, COVID in here.
That's leathery.
Well, for me, I get alcohol more than the other two for sure. And it's not leather. There's something else there.
We just reviewed a beer where I smelled this and I said it smelled like that one beer that we thought might have been infected. And this one's what it smells like.
Yeah, there's a note there that I got in the beginning, and after smelling it a little more that I get, but I don't really know what it is exactly. But it definitely smells a little different than the other two.
It smells... It is hot, like... Oh, it definitely smells like the most alcohol out of all three. But it's not so bad, it's just...
It's so different. Like this one, the new one, I mean, it's big vanilla. Big custardy vanilla.
Well, do you think it's because the vanilla has faded and this one's fresh?
I mean, this one's 3 years old already. Let's go ahead and taste 2023.
Drink a beer fresh, friends.
Now, for me, that's why people started loving Bottle Logic right there. Big vanilla.
Big vanilla, and not big barrel, but I can tell that this is a nice barrel-aged stout.
Vanilla, and this year I do get chocolate on the finish, which a lot of times people say brownie, like batter and all that stuff. Other years when I've had it, I don't know that I've ever been able to pull it. Of course, I don't remember the 2022 version, which you can check out over here, hopefully. But this year, man, it's got the vanilla and the chocolate in there, and that's all I really need from that stout.
I don't really get much chocolate, but this is very vanilla-y and very much the Bottle Logic base stout. This is a Bottle Logic stout.
Yeah.
If I tasted this blind, I would know that this is a Bottle Logic stout.
Yeah, in years past, I've been disappointed by the stout, which we're gonna have a couple of the years that I've been disappointed by it. I feel like it hasn't lived up to the hype, but this year it lives up to the hype again. I feel like maybe they took extra care because it's 9 years. But let's go ahead and taste 2021. That's a different animal. There's your leather.
Even more juices.
Yeah, it's got that stouty, leathery taste. A little earthy. Not really picking up on the vanilla.
Yeah, leathery.
It does to me seem like I taste more of the alcohol in that one too. It's only 1% higher, but I just feel like there's more of like that alcohol presence.
It's really hot.
Yeah, and a little, I don't know if bitter is the right word, but like there's a lingering flavor on my tongue at the end after drinking it.
I think you're right, it's not necessarily bitter, but I feel like it's the heat from the barrel. And it's like, not acid, it's like acrid, like.
Yeah, it's not quite,
there.
It's not burning, but it is a little like acidic or a little, I don't know. It stays on your tongue and it's not super great, I'll be honest with you.
It's leather.
All right, let's move on to 2020. Quarantine year. See, now going from this year's version to these two,
This isn't the same beer.
I feel like, I mean, they've switched brewers. We've talked about this before. but it tastes like a completely different beer.
You can't call this all fundamental observations. 3 totally different beers.
I have the bottles here to prove it.
They got them mixed up.
This is why people were upset. I remember in 2020, in 2021, they were saying it's not as good as in years past. Now, most of the time, I've had beers where they taste just as good, but in hindsight, people remember it, but more fondly the first time you have it or something like that. But I would say definitively for me, 2023 is my favorite thus far.
Same.
And 2023, I'm gonna say right now is gonna get a 5 for me.
Same.
The other two, I'm gonna think about a little more. Let's sip on this one a little bit more here.
I think that this one, it's just this, whatever this taste is too much, and there's not enough vanilla, and there's not enough barrel heat.
Or even chocolate. Like, where's the chocolatiness in here? I mean, these are the old bottles that say familiar flavors of cookie dough, brownie batter, and milk chocolate. There's 2 things that are chocolate in there. I don't get any of that. Just all that leather and, once again, alcohol. This one doesn't linger with me as much as the 2021 does, but...
I wish there was more alcohol in here.
Really?
Yeah, all I'm getting is that weird leather taste. I wish there was more alcohol to detract from the leather.
Yeah, and maybe that's a sign of it aging. Once again, this is now 3 years old. 2021's 2 years old now, but we've also had some really good stouts that age well.
Maybe vanilla ages into leather.
Could be. We're going to find out for sure because we've got 3 other bottles we're going to do. But for now, let's sip on these a little while longer and come back with our final thoughts. All right, we're back. We've let these warm up. We've sipped on them. We've already rated 2023 a 5.
5, yes. Absolutely, 100% I love you.
2021, I think I'm going to give it a 3.5. It's a solid stout, but honestly, compared to this year's version, fresh, not making the cut. Warming up, though, we did notice both 2021 and 2020 started to have a little bit of vanilla pop out, which made them a lot better, in my opinion. But 3.5 for 2021, it's too leathery, too much alcohol, like that flavor that lingers in the end is not super pleasant for me.
I agree. I found a little bit of vanilla at the very beginning, and then it just goes into leather. I just took a sip of it right now, and it tasted a little bit like dirt. I like it a lot. I like the heat from the barrel, and it's not as leathery as 2021.
It is 2021.
As 2020. This whole 2022 thing is throwing me off. I had to count. I counted wrong. I like it. I think I like it more than you do. I think I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
It's not as good as 2023, obviously. There's less vanilla. I wish there was more vanilla, but I think with age, as we keep saying, the vanilla will go away probably, but it's not as leathery when it's when it's warmer.
Yeah, it loses that, picks up just a little bit of vanilla in the beginning, which makes it a little nicer. But just not their best work, in my opinion. Moving on to 2020, we're talking quarantine. This was a hot commodity during that time. And I'm going to give this a 3.75. Similar, like we said, more vanilla pops out. It doesn't have that lingering alcohol, lingering whatever flavor at the end, so it makes it a little more bearable for me than the 2021.
Did Bottle Logic ship to people?
No. You had to still go to the brewery to pick it up.
How do they do that in quarantine?
You waited in a long line that wrapped around the warehouse on the side of it, and you all social distanced and wore masks.
But you got out of your car? They didn't bring it to your car?
Oh, no. You got out of your car. You're waiting in the sun doing that.
2020 is disgusting. The year and this stout. I mean, it's not disgusting because I would drink this whole bottle by myself if I were alone and I opened it. Because it's still Bottle Logic. It's still good. But compared to these two, it's like, oh my god. This tastes like a hot leather glove. that's been sitting in your car in the back seat and the sun's beating down on it, and then you decide, oh, I wonder what this tastes like, and you just take a big lick, and that's what this is.
Oh, wow.
I'm not a huge fan of a leather stout.
Yeah, I don't know if either of us are.
I think we've had, I know I say this every single time we have a leathery stout. I think we've had some stouts that do leathery right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they were going for here, so I think it's a very easy trap to fall into when you're trying to do a certain flavor and it just comes out as leathery, because I don't necessarily think a lot of breweries try to do leather. It just happens that it tastes like leather.
Yeah.
And I know some breweries do try to do leather, but I don't think we've ever had a stout that tries to do leather.
Well, I don't know about that. I think some of the stout malts and stuff like that lead themselves to being more that leathery taste in the area. But we just don't happen to enjoy it, and when it's bad, it's bad.
I'm going to give this a 3.
Oh, wow.
This is the lowest
you've
ever
given
bottle of stout. I'm very sad about it. Like I said, I'd still drink it if I were alone. I will still drink half of this bottle with you. Take it off your hands for you. I wish that there was more vanilla. I wish there was more barrel. I wish there was more chocolate. But all I'm getting is a baseball.
Yeah, and overwhelmingly, 2023 is our favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect score on that one. Maybe it's just better to drink from an observation fresh. There's probably people in the comments saying, duh. But I mean, I've seen people keep these before, at least older versions, you know, like 2014, 2015, and say it drinks really nicely aged. We've got stouts like Bourbon County that say you can age it up to 5 years. So we'll find out what the truth is behind that for these bottles. Second place ended up being Fundamental Observation 2021, and then 2020, least favorite based off of our average scores here. No drain pours, but hopefully it gets better from here. But that's going to do it for the first half of this review. Don't forget to share it with your friends, like it. Let us know down in the comments below. Have you had any of these years? Which one was your favorite? And until next time we meet, we're the Brewmatures, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time.